C'est quand même costaud, hein. Je te dis pas tout, mais c'est quand même. Okay, so you want to lead the singing?
Sure. But bear in mind, Prabhu, I don't sing. I'm not I can sing out of tune, so.
Well, it's devotion. I know you have plenty of devotion.
Well, I try. Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro Premamritam Bonidhi
Krishna Kirtana Gana Nataparo Premamritam Bonidhi
Dhira Dhira Jana Priya Priya Karo Nirmatsaro Pujito
Dhira Dhira Jana Priyo Priya Karo Nirmatsaru Pujito
Shri Chaitanya Kripa Baro Bhuvi Bhuvo Bharavahantarako
Shri Chaitanya Kripa Baro Bhuvi Bhuvo Bharavaham Tarako
Vande Rupa Sanatana Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako
Vande Rup Sanatano Raghu Yugo Shri Jeev Gopalako
Nana Shastra Vichanan Naikanipuno Saddharma Samstapako
Nana Shastra Vicharane Kanipuno Sadharma Samstapako
Lokanam Hita Karino Tribhuvane Manyo Sharanya Karo
Lokanamitakarino Tribhuvane Manyo Sharanya Karo
Radha Krishna Padaravinda Bhajana Nandena Mataliko
Radha Krishna Padara Vinda Bhajana Nandina Mataliko
Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako
Bande Rup Sanatano Raghu Yugo Shri Jeev Gopalako
Shri Gauranga Guna Varnana Vidhu Shraddha Samriddhi Anvito
Shri Gauranga Gunanuvarnana Vido Shraddha Samridyam Vito
Paputapanikrintanو Tanubritan Govinda Ganamrite
Papo Tapa Nikrintano Tanubritam Govinda Ganamrite
Anandam Buddhivardhanaikanipuno Kevalya Nishtarako
Ananda Buddhivardhana Nekanipuno Kevalyanishtarako
Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako
Vande Rup Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jeev Gopalako
Tyagva Turna Ashesha Mandalapati Shrenim Sada Tuchava
Tyagvatu Namashesha Mandalapati Shrinim Sadantu Chava
Bhutva Dina Ganeshako Karunaya Gopina Kantha Shrito
Budvadina Ganesha Ko Karunaya Gopin Kantashrito
Gopi Bhavara Samrita Dilahare Kalola Magno Muhu
Gopi Bhara Samritam Dilahari Kalola Magno Muhu
Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako
Vande Rup Sanatano Raghuyo Shri Alako
Kujat Kokilaham Shasarasa Ganakirne Mayurakule
Puja Kokila Ham Sarasagana Kine Mayura Kule
Nana Ratna Nibadan Mula Vitapa Shri Yukta Vrindavane
Nana Ratna Nibada Mula Vitapan Shri Yukta Vrindavane
Radha Krishna Maharnisham Prabhajato Jivartado Yomada
Radha Krishna Mahanisham Prabhajato Jivartado Yomudha
Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako
Vande Rup Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jeev Gopalako
Sankhya Purvakana Natibi Kala Vashashani Krito
Sankhya Puvakana Magana Natibi Alavasani Krito
Nidrahara Viharakadi Vijito Chatyanta Nidochayo
Nidrahara Vihara Kada Vijito Chatyanta Dinochayo
Radha Krishna Guna Smrite Madhurima Nandena Samohito
Radha Krishna Guna Smrite Madhurima Nandina Samohito
Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako
Vande Rup Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jeev Gopalako
Radha Kundatate Kalinda Tanaya Tire Chabamti Vate
Radha Kunda Tate Kalinda Tanayam Tire Chavam Shivate
Preman Madhavasad Asheshadasaya Grashto pramatu sada.
Premonmadavasada Sheshadashayan Grastu Pramatu Sada.
Gayantu cha kada harar gunavaram. Bhava vibhutu muda.
Gayantu Chakada Hare Gunavaram Bhava Vibhuto.
Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva
इसमें बहुत ड्राई
Gopala
नहीं है।
Vande Rup Sanatano Raghu Yugo Shri Jeev Gopalako.
He Radhe Vraj Devike Chalalite He Nanda Suno Kuta
He Radhe Vraja Devi Ke Chalalite He Nanda Suno Kuta.
Shri Govardhana Kalpa Pada Patale Kalindi Vane Kuta
Shri Govardhan Kalpa Pada Patale Kalindi Vane Kuta.
Goshanta Viti Sarvato Vrajapure Kedar Mahavi Valo
Goshanta Viti Savatu Raja Pure Hidma Vivalo.
Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Shri Jiva Gopalako
Vande Rup Sanatano Raghu Yugo Shri Jeev Gopalako.
So can
So,
we take,
yeah, but what you do, you don't recite all the names of the Goswamis. You mention the 6 Goswamis in one go.
okay. So I offer my respectful obeisance unto the 6 Goswamis who are always engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna and dancing. They're just like the ocean of love of God. They're popular both with the gentle and with the ruffians because they are not envious of anyone. Whatever they do, they are all pleasing to everyone and they are fully blessed by Lord Chaitanya. Thus, they are engaged in missionary activities meant to deliver all the conditioned souls in the material universe.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the 3 worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna.
Anyone wants to read Morshikar Purnachandra Mataji? Oh. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the 6 Goswamis who are very much enriched in understanding of Lord Chaitanya and who are thus expert in narrating his transcendental qualities. They can purify all conditioned souls from the reaction of their sinful activities by pouring upon them transcendental songs about Govinda. As such, they are very expert in increasing the limits of the ocean of transcendental bliss, and they are the saviors of the living entities from the devouring mouth of liberation.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis who kicked off all association of aristocracy as insignificant. In order to deliver the poor conditioned souls, they accepted loincloth, treating themselves as mendicants, but they always merged in the ecstatic ocean of the gopis' love for Krishna and bathed always and repeatedly in the waves of that ocean.
I offer my respectful obeisance unto the 6 Goswamis, who were always engaged in worshipping Radha Krishna in the transcendental land of Vrindavan, where there are beautiful trees full of fruits and flowers, which have under their roots all valuable jewels. The Goswamis are perfectly competent to bestow upon the living entities the greatest boon of the goal of life.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis who were engaged in chanting the holy names of the Lord and bowing down in a scheduled measurement. In this way, they utilized their valuable lives. And in executing these devotional activities, they conquered over eating and sleeping and were always meek and humble, enchanted by remembering the transcendental qualities of the Lord.
I offer my respectful obeisance unto the 6 Goswamis, who were sometimes on the bank of the Radhakund lake, on the shore of the Yamuna, and sometimes at Vamsivata. There they appeared just like madmen in the full ecstasy of love for Krishna, exhibiting different transcendental symptoms in their bodies, and they were merged in the ecstasy of Krishna consciousness.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis who were chanting very loudly everywhere in Vrindavan, shouting, Queen of Vrindavan, Radharani, O Lalita, O son of Nanda Maharaj, where are you all now? Are you just on the hill of Govardhan, or are you under the trees on the bank of the Yamuna? Where are you? These were their moods in executing Krishna consciousness. Jai Shri Shri.
Shri Tat Goswami Ashtaka ki Jai.
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 So, do you like this system?
Me personally, yes, get this opportunity to glorify the acharyas and be prayerful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, I want to distribute the command of this course to everyone because you know you are jivas, you are devotees. So I'm just basically the teacher, my mentor was Rasmandal Prabhu. He used to say, you are conducting, you are like an orchestra conductor. So it's not teaching, it's facilitating you. So you have seen the conductor in the orchestra, classical music. He gives the clue to this instrument, this artist. It's your turn, your turn, your turn. This is conducting, so it's facilitating, basically. Okay, so let's sing this Krishna Lila Stava then. Sarva Shastrabdi Piyush Sava Vedika Satpal Sava Siddhant Ratnadiya Sava Loke Kadre Kuda. O Srimad Bhagavatam, O nectar churn from the ocean of all the Vedic scriptures, most prominent transcendental fruit of all the Vedas, O you are enriched with the jewels of all spiritual philosophical conclusions. O you grant spiritual vision to all the people of the world.
Sarva Bhagavata Prana Srimad Bhagavata Prabhu Kalidanto Ditaditya Shri Krishna Parivartita. O life air of all the Supreme Lord's devotees, O Master, Srimad Bhagavatam. You're the sun risen in the darkness of Kali. You're the exact image of Shri Krishna.
Yeah, so it's my turn. Anyone else? Looks like they're all busy. Paramanand, Pataya Prem Bhakshya Ksharayate Savada Savasivyaya Shri Krishnaya Namostume. O Srimad Bhagavatam, I offer respectful obeisances unto you. By reading you, one attains transcendental bliss. For your syllables rain pure love of God upon the reader. You are always to be served by everyone, for you are an incarnation of Lord Krishna.
Madeka Bandhu Matsangin Madguru Manmahadana Manishtaraka Madbhagya Madananda Namastute. My only friend, my constant companion, my spiritual master, my great wealth, my savior, my good fortune, my source of ecstasy, I bow down to you.
Go ahead.
Asadu sadhu tadayin atini chochata raka kara hana munja kada chinmam premna ritkantayasvara. O bestower of saintliness to the unsaintly, O exalter of the most fallen, please never leave me. Always appear in my heart and my voice with pure love.
Okay. Shri Krishna Lila Stava ki jai.
Jai.
So, trying to share. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Can you see the image of Guranga Darshan?
Yes.
Okay, good. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om
Om Namo Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Agyantimirandasya Gyananjana Sharakaya. Chakshu Militam Yena Tashmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Mano Bhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamayam Dadati Shvapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shah Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragunatam Vitam Tam Samjivam Advaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakambitam Shah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namostute Taptakanchani Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshvari Ishabanu Sute De
Pranamami Hari.
Bhampatarubhasa
Kripa Sindhu Devacha.
Adipanam Pavane
Vaishnavedyo Namo Namaha.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Ram
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Okay, so any recollection?
Well, we did a huge recap last time.
Yeah, I think it was needed. Huh?
Yes.
So what did we cover last time? We did a recap and we basically perhaps covered one or two verses, not much. Huh?
Yeah.
So just briefly,
So,
where are we at in terms of topics? And there's 10 topics in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Which one are we under? Remember?
the question explain about Krishna's different incarnations.
Sharga, Visharga.
Yeah, excellent. Moshika Prabhu. 210.1, remember? Shri Shukovacha Atra Sarga Visaga Sastanam Poshanam Utayaha Mantara Ishanukata, Manvatara Ishanukata, Niroda Muktir Ashraya. So definitely this is Visarga. Visarga means secondary creation. So remember, it was prompted by the 6 questions of Narad in 242. Very important questions, which basically echoed the questions of whom? Prior to who?
The question of Narad Muni to Brahmaji.
Yes, but that was used by Shukdev to answer whom?
Parikshit Maharaj.
Exactly. And prior to that, the original set of questions was asked by whom?
By Narad Muni to Lord Brahma.
That's the final one.
By
But,
Maitreya Rishi.
well, to be more precise, Prabhu, the very first set of questions appears in the beginning of the 4th chapter. You may not have been there, Prabhu, for the recap last time.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's go back to the 4th chapter so everyone is on board. Who is asking those questions? Remember, Shonaka is expert at picking up on more Krishna Katha. And we have covered the first 3 chapters dealing with the predominance of Bhakti. Whichever your position, Akama, Savaka, Mova, Mukshakama, Udaradi. And then Shonak detected that we are coming to the end of a series of Katha, and immediately this is the expertise. He's going to come up with more, he's inquiring more, Om Matataba Majigasa, and he's asking more. And Maharaj Parikshit is asking in the beginning of the 4th chapter, I beg to know from you how the personality of Godhead by its personal energies creates these phenomenal universes as they are, which are inconceivable even to the great demigods. So this is the first set of questions, 2, 4, 6. Then he goes, kindly describe how the Supreme Lord, who is all-powerful, engages with different energies and different expansions and maintaining, winding up the phenomenal world in the sporting spirit of a player. And then furthermore, 249, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is one, whether he alone acts with the modes or simultaneously expands in many forms or expands consecutively to direct the modes. So kindly clear up all this. Who is speaking here? This is Maharaj Parikshit. In speaking in 245. So he's inquiring from Shukdev. Then Shukadev, remember, these are such. And then who's going to speak after Maharaj Parikshit? Sutta. Sutta Goswami is going to speak. He's speaking to whom? In the Misharanya, to the sages, headed by Shonak. So now, who's going to reply to the queries of Maharaj Parikshit? Shukdev. But he doesn't feel like answering out of his own accord. It's too risky. The questions are so lofty. So what does he do? He has a very safe reaction. He takes shelter of Lord Krishna. From 2.4.12, at least for 15 shlok, he's taking shelter, taking shelter, taking shelter. Please, my dear Lord, help me to amplify the knowledge that you gave to Lord Brahma, to Narad. May I be also empowered like Brahma was to answer Narad. May I be empowered like Brahma to answer to the queries of such a lofty disciple like Maharaj Parikshit. So he's taking shelter. He knows Krishna Shakti Vinanayata Pravartan. Unless you are empowered, there's no question even to start preaching. And then, starting from chapter 5, it's called Brahma Narad Samvada. That's going to go on for chapter 5, chapter 6, chapter 7, and chapter, let's see. Yeah, chapters. So 5, 6, 7. This is Brahma Narad Samvada. And then in chapter 8, Maharaj Parikshit is going to ask more questions. And then chapter 9, that is the epitome, what is it? The Bhagavatam. What are the 4 seed shloka of Bhagavatam? Aham eva sam eva gre nanyad yatsada satparam. The Shatu shloki. They are extremely lofty and they are in the 9th chapter of the 2nd canto. And then the last call of this Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, will be the chapter 10, the last chapter. Bhagavatam answers to all questions. There's not a single question which is not answered in this book. It's fully inclusive. Can you follow, Moshe Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm following.
So then, now starting from chapter 5, this is the story as told by Shukdev to Maharaj Parikshit. Oftentimes you do that when you answer someone, you tell another story to edify this person who asks you questions. You answer by quoting another story to edify the person. It goes further in that. It goes home further because it's a story. It's a real story. And then in 252, as we see on the board, Yad Rupam, Yadishtanam, Yadashrishtam, Yad Samstam, Yad Param, Yascha. These are the 6 questions of Narad in 252. And they appear, now we are discussing the answers. We have covered up to 5. We have gone up to 517, I believe. Yeah. So let's recap, see if you have good recollection. Yat Rupam. How can we answer this question of Narad in 252? Yat Rupam means, what are the symptoms? Rup means forms. What are the symptoms of this manifest world? How is it answered? Look it up, it's written here on the board. 2514. And then, I showed you before, it appears here, right here. See? This Matthew, someone is asking you in the street, tell me what this world is all about. How is it constituted, my dear friend? Dravyam, Kal, Karma, Svabhav, Jiv. And Vasudev. Vasudev is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is the consciousness. Vasudev means the consciousness. Sadvam Vishudam. Vasudev Shabditam Yadiyate Tatra Pumana Pavitaha. So we interact. We are Jiva, yes, but unfortunately we are composed of Pancha Mahabhut, earth, water, we know. Kal, we are under the dominance of Kal. Karma, because due to previous vasanas, impressions, we are unfortunately conditioned by our previous vasanas. That's called karma. Svabhav. We have a particular way to enjoy this world. That is our intrinsic material nature. How do we enjoy? How do we associate with the modes? So this is the answer to 252. Yat rupam, the symptoms. Then let's go back. You have to be methodical in Bhagavatam. Yadishtanam. Yadishtana means adishta. Adishta means, there's a verse in the Gita. Sadvam samjayate gyanam. No, sorry. In 4:6. Or what is it? 4:6 perhaps. Prakritim svamadishtaya. Yes. Krishna is situated in his own Prakriti. So Yad Adishtanam, how is this material world creation is situated? What is the shelter? Answer 2515. See, right here. We discussed the other day. Vasudeva para yoga, Vasudeva, just like 1 to 27, 1 to 28, it is a repetition. Everything, your gyan should be focused on Narayan. Your tap, you want to do austerity? Okay. Tapodivyam putraka yena sadam. You have to direct your austerity to Narayan. You want to do some yoga? Okay, good. But connected to Narayan. Maka means yagya. Yagyo Vishnu. You want to worship? You like to worship? Agnihotra? Okay, do it for Narayan. Lok, which planet you live in? Which planet, which universe? Doesn't matter. Whatever you do on that particular planet, do it for Narayan. Devata, you are demigod? No problem. Do your job for Narayan. Ved, you like to cultivate the Vedas, to read, to study, to teach. Yagya Vishnu. 15:15. Do it for Narayan. Gati, what is the destination? Narayan. Until Narayan's meeting. And then from 17, I think we touched 17 the other day. This is Brahma speaking to Narayan. And he's going to contrast himself, being a jiv, he's a jiv. He's going to contrast his status compared to Lord Narayan's status. You follow? So we are discussing about Jiv Tattva versus Vishnu Tattva. And that's going to go on for a few verses, 17, 18, 19, 20. Are you clear?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, very good. So let's move on from, I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, 18. Sadvam Rajastaneti Nirgunasya Gunastrayaha Titi Saga Nirodhe.
The Supreme Lord is pure, spiritual form, transcendental to all material qualities, yet for the sake of creation of the material world and its maintenance and annihilation, he accepts through his external energy the material modes of nature called goodness, passion, and ignorance.
Yeah, so go ahead, you can say a few words.
Well, here we see in even Krishna, it's as you mentioned in you gave a question. See, Krishna is, even if he does so, but Krishna remains the supreme. Just, so your question, the question you gave was, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's a good start. 23
18 sounds,
18 sounds like A
It
shlok.
sounds like, yeah. So as we know, Krishna being beyond everything is still he creates, sustain and maintain everything. He's directly or indirectly involved. It depends on what he wishes. So I'm little lost, Prabhu.
Not really, it's okay. It's not easy. This is Shrishti Tattva. Prabhupada said to Jaita Maharaj told me himself, this is the most complicated canto. So, but that's why you have to be extremely systematic. That is why I'm giving you recap after recap after recap, because I know it's not a joke. Anyone else? My question was very simple question. 18 sounds like a verse we discussed way back. I know. I'm giving you a clue. It starts the same. Look at the Sanskrit. Sadvam Raja Stameti. Look at 18. Sadvam Raja Stameti. See? So the key word 1-23 way back spoken by Sutta. See, date, I don't know if you recall, I was emphasizing a lot on this verb. What is the meaning of date? Just like 131, Jagrihe Purusham Rupam. Jagrihe is a synonym of date. What does it mean, that verb? Jagrihe, date. Look at the Sanskrit. 1-23. It means to accept. Accept. Jagrihe Purusham Rupam. Same story. Krishna, the Supreme, accepts to play. To play what?
The fruit.
To play the part of
Oh,
avatars. There's Sri Vishnu. Here play 1-23. He accepts to play the part of the Guna avatar. Look at the Sanskrit. Krishna is indirectly associated with the modes. Okay? But just for the sake of maintenance, creation, maintenance, destruction, he accepts. You follow? Just like you are an actor, a movie actor, you are what do you call it? A theater actor. You accept to play the role. You are the role of a villain. Then you are playing the role of Cleopatra. Then you play the role of any woman. You're a woman, you play womanly role. You're a man, you play manly role. That's your job. You accept to play. So Krishna, he accepts to play, but it's always Krishna. You follow? And he's going to play the role of Brahma, or Vishnu, or Shiva. So this is the same point here today in 18. For the sake of creation, he accepts through his eternal energy. Whatever we see is just Krishna and his energies. Shakti Matayo Abeda. It's not different. So 18, he accepts through his external energy. So this is the point here. So this is spoken by Brahma. Brahma knows the intricacies, the nitty-gritty. See? Now Jiva Goswami on this one, what does he say? See? 2.5.18. How does the relationship of the Jiva as the inspired and the Lord as the inspirer take place? So Lord Brahma is going to explain in 3 verses, 18, 19, 20. See? We are inspired. We should be inspired by God. We should emulate the teaching of Krishna, of Mahaprabhu. This is what Brahma is doing. Brahma is just emulating what he has learned through his tapasya. He meditated 1,000 years of demigods. And now he's fit to create Visarga. He's emulating. He has understood by revelation. Tene Brahma Riyadi Kavaye. He has understood Brahma. Brahma means Vedic knowledge in the heart. Tene Brahma Rida in the heart. You follow, Purnachandra? So, as I said, Maya is ashamed. We discussed that before. 174. Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Panite Male Apashyat Purusham Purnam Mayam Shadara Prashaya. Maya is ashamed because she stands her head low. She knows it's a shame on me. I'm depriving the Jeeves from their Krishna consciousness. But she cannot help it because we are rascals. Krishna Bahir Mukh Ataiva Shanta Japati Adare. We are slapped by Maya. Because Krishna Bahir Mukh, we turn our face away from Maya. So we are being slapped just like a naughty boy. We are slapped. So she's ashamed. She pervades. It doesn't, Krishna acts through her. He delegates to her. She pervades everything by his natural Shakti. So she's the external Shakti of the Lord, Devi Yesha Gunamaya. But he is not touched by her. Can the clouds touch the sun, contaminate the sun? You follow? It's very interesting, actually. We have to understand it's part of Tattva. It's Shrishti Tattva. Shrishti, Stiti, Pralaya. These are Sarga and Visarga. We should not belittle all these things, you know. Vishwanath, how does this distinction between the Jiva and Ishvara come about? This is very important to defeat Mayavadism. They always say, no, the Jiva is Krishna. No problem. It's interchangeable. No. Is it because you are inspired and he inspires you? So those three verses, 18, 19, 20, explain the cause of distinction. We know those three gunas belong to the Lord, but he has no material gunas. Krishna is nirgun. When we say nirgun, does it mean, okay, nirgun, no gunas? What does it mean? Nirgun.
That means it doesn't have any gunas, right? Like nir means not. No.
Yeah, it means he has no material gunas. That's what it means.
I have a question, Prabhu.
Yes.
The Jiva himself, he's at fault to come to this material world.
Yes.
He's struggling with his mind, which is always causing disturbance to him to come to Krishna. So I want to understand these three modes. How do they purify the soul? What is their role? Looks like they are not good for the jivas.
That's the least we could say. But remember, 14.5 Gita, Krishna says material nature is constituted of the modes. Just like if you are in water, you're going to be wet. It goes without saying. It is implicitly understood. If you want to enter water, you're going to be wet. Whether you are in America, in this planet, that universe, you're going to be wet. So as soon as you enter the material world, you're going to be wet. You're going to be implicated by the modes. So what do you have to do? You have to go to a place where there's no goodness. And that is Yat Yadvana Nivartante, that is the spiritual world. There's no goodness. And Krishna himself, Shribiya Gunabhaya Bhaver, is beyond the modes. He controls the modes. They belong to him, but he is not affected. Just like the spider. The spider, is the spider engrossed in her web, in its web? Does she become implicated in its own web? No, she moves freely on the web. But anyone else but the spider, fly, mosquito, whatever, they will be totally stuck in the web. So see, Vishwanath, they are accepted, the gunas are accepted by Maya. But whose Maya is that? Devesha Guna Maya. That Maya belongs to Krishna. Why? For why? Why? We could ask ourselves, why Maya accepts the gunas? Remember? 245. Tregunya Vishaya Veda Nistregunya Bhava Arjuna. Go beyond the Vedas, my dear Arjun, because they only deal with the modes. So, because you cannot proceed in material nature unless and until the modes are there. So she accepts the modes on behalf of the Lord. See, for the sake of implicating the mode in what? Creation, implicating the jiva, sorry, in creation, maintenance, and destruction. They are his gunas. They belong to him. But he let Maya handle them. He delegates to her. They are the gunas of his Shakti. Maya is a Shakti, Maya Shakti. Though Maya eternally possesses this form, because Maya is not different from the modes, the word accepts is used as if it has a beginning. And we discussed in 1-2-23, Krishna accepts to play the role of the Purusha avatar, to play the role of the Guna avatar. Just like he accepts a body by his will for the sake of Leelas, for the sake of rasas. This is the point of Vishwanath. These are deep section. Anyway, are you on board? It's okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
We can proceed. Karya, Karana, Kartridve, Dravya Gyan, Kriya Shrayaha. Bannanti Nichada Muktam Mayinam Purusham Gunaha.
These three modes of material nature, being further manifested as matter, knowledge, and activities, put the eternally transcendental living entity and the conditions of cause and effect, and make him responsible for such activities.
Yeah, I kind of overlooked my question on 18, on the analogy of 18. I'm sorry. See, can you detect the analogy of 18 at the end of purport? Beautiful. It's mentioned by Jiva Goswami actually. See? Very interesting. It's quite deep analogy. You find it in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also. The sun is compared to?
The sun is compared to Krishna.
Yeah. You could say Krishna or Chit Shakti,
Krishna.
central energy, okay? And other rays, we could say, let's say the Jiv. We are Jiv. We are not Apara Prakriti. We are Para. Jiva Bhuta Mahabaho. And we are Jiva Bhut. We are Jiv Shakti. So we are the rays. Krishna is the sun. Krishna is Soyasama Maya Oyondaka. And we are the rays of Krishna. And then carry on with the analogy. The cloud. Let's say there's the sky, and below, so there is, the sun, and way below, very close to the earth, you find the cloud. What does the cloud stand for?
Three modes of material nature.
Yeah, the cloud stands for the material energy. You follow? So what creates, who created the clouds in the first place?
Krishna.
The sun. The sun creates the clouds by evaporating the ocean water into clouds. And then the wind moves the clouds away and it's going to give the rain where it's needed on earth. So the cloud is created by the sun. Maya is created by Krishna. As the sun is ever increasingly unaffected by a spot of cloud, the sun doesn't care about the cloud. So the Lord is unaffected by the modes. Tribir Gunamaya Baver. In the same way, we are a little reflection of Krishna, Pratibimba. We should not be affected by the clouds, but unfortunately, the cloud is blocking us from observing the sun because the cloud is blocking us. We are on the street. We cannot see. We cannot see the sun because of the clouds. This is Maya is standing in between us and Krishna. The modes are standing in between. So, and then, so all these verses, Brahma explained the nitty-gritty, how we get caught up. See? Then Karya Karanaka Tridve Dravya Gyan Kriya Shrayaha Badnanti Nityada Muktam Mayinam Purusham Gunaha. What does he say? 19. Someone can read 19. Go ahead.
Moshikar read it already.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Go ahead so you can speak something. Anyone?
Okay, so we are on 19?
Yeah, we are on 19 now, but we have to unpack 19 a little bit.
So it's mentioned that the material energy covers up the pure knowledge of the living entities. It looks like eternally covered. They become ignorant. And it's also manifested in like Adi Bhuta, Adi Atma, Adi Deva.
Yeah. Exactly. So first of all, 19 sounds like a verse of the Gita. It's the same beginning. Try to remember. See, always remember, in order to enter Bhagavatam, the keys of entering Bhagavatam is Gita. If you want to unpack Bhagavatam, you have to use the keys as given in the Bhagavad Gita. It goes hand in hand. The keys of the treasure of Bhagavatam, the keys are the concepts, the tattva delivered in Bhagavad Gita. You cannot bypass, if you don't have the key, the understanding of the tattva of the Gita, you cannot unravel Bhagavatam. That is why we do Bhakti Shastri, then Bhakti Vedanta. So let's discuss, very interesting verse. Karya Karana Katridve. There's a verse like this in the Gita. Karya Karana Katridve Hetu Pragatiruchate. 13:21. I'll show you. This is very important verse. 13:21. See? Same beginning. Look. See? Karya Karana Katridve, just like 19. So what do we learn? What do we learn here? Look at the Sanskrit of 19. Dravya Gyan Kriya. Parasya Shakti Vivideva Shuyate Svabhaviki Gyana Bala Kriya. Gyan Bala Kriya. Same. Dravya Gyan Kriya. What's the meaning? Dravya. Dravya means?
Material.
Yeah, we discussed, remember, we just discussed right here. Dek. Dravya means Pancha Mahabhut. This is matter. These are the constituents of matter. The Sodashakalam, the 16 elements pertaining to Sarga. Within the 16, you find those. You cannot avoid Pancha Mahabhut. earth, water, fire, air, ether. It's called Dravya. The constituents of the material nature. So in 19, he says, Dravya, Gyan, Gyan we know. Huh? And then Kriya. What's the meaning of Kriya? Kriya means
Yeah.
action, basically. So now, how does the modes translate on daily basis? Whatever we say, whatever we do, whatever we see is an assembling of the modes. Tejo, Variviram, Yata, Vinimayu, Yatra, Tisako. Whatever we say is under the modes. Whatever we drink, whatever we travel, how we relate with the sun, where do we live, our friends, our type of religion, everything is under the modes. Can you find something which is not under the modes? Yes. Holy names, Krishna, deities, Prasad, Bhagavatam. But I mean, everything else pertaining to matter is under the modes. So that's going to put us, we are Jiv, we are pure. Asango Yajam Purusha, we are not contaminated. We cannot be contaminated. Yet, just like this verse of the Gita, very interesting verse. See? Karya karana katridve etu prakriti rochate. Purusha sukha dukhanam bhuktridve etu rochate. What does it mean? Nature is said to be the cause. Yes. Nature is going to provide you with the facility to enjoy material activities. It's a facility given by nature. But you're going to have to pay the price. The water, the sidewalk is wet. This is the effect. Why? Because it has rain. So nature will give you the cause and effect system. But look at the Sanskrit. Purusha sukha dukhanam, the Purush, the Jiv, is the cause, is responsible for his various suffering and enjoyment. You cannot say it's not my fault. It's your fault. Matter will give the system, will put the system in place, the cause and effects of your activities. But how you position yourself within the system, it's up to you. How you associate with the modes. You follow? 1322. Pukuta parishi prakritim purusham sheva vijanadi ubhavapi. No, this is another one. 1322 explain that. So, responsible, we cannot say, no, it's the president. Nadatik, Krishna says in 5:15, Nadatik asashit papam, I don't accept your path, Arjuna. I don't accept it. It has to be. And then, what does he do? Prabhupada in 19, he explains Adibhut, Adhyatma, and Adideva. Do you know those three governing principles?
Yes, we did. We learned that.
We've done that.
Yeah.
Can you there's some noise here. You know what's going on? So let's listen from Jiva Goswami. The gunas bind the jiva, we know. Purush. The jiva is Purush. It's not Purush, it's Prakriti, but Krishna used that term Purush in 13, 20, 21, 22. Is cynical. We want to enjoy. We have this Purush Abhiman in the form of Karya. Karya means activity. Karan means the sensors, instruments. Katridva means we have this we are, the soul has the faculty to act. The body cannot act, the body is dead. You follow? The body is dead. Just like you put a glove on your hand. Is it the glove acting or is it your hand? The glove cannot act on its own. The glove seems to be acting on its own, but actually because the glove has recovered the hand, that is why it seems like the glove is acting. But the glove is dead. So in the same way, the body is dead. But the faculty of the soul, Kartridve, to act is within the soul. And when the soul enters the body, what's going to happen? The soul is going to act through the body. You are a dog, you're going to bark like a fool, even though you are a spirit soul, eternal spirit. But you are giving this propensity to act, which is inherent to the jiva, that's going to manifest through the body of a dog. Hence, you start barking. So Jiva Goswami explained beautifully, Karya, activity, Karan means instrument, the senses, and Kartridva, the faculty to act, which is, in other words, explained as Dravya, Panchamahabhut, Kriya, and Gyan. According to your level of Gyan, you're going to be acting differently. If you are a butcher, if you have the knowledge of a butcher, you're going to be acting in the realm of a butcher. You act with the knowledge of meat eating, how to market meat. This is your your level of knowledge. So Karya refers to growth, adibut. It's mentioned in the Gita 729, the governing principles. Adibut, which is material energy. Karanam refers to the senses, or adhyatma. See, same story, you cannot act on your own because the spiritual body as senses, it's only because of that you can activate your material senses. You follow? Just like when you buy a shirt in the shop, it's got a shape. That shirt has a shape because your body has a shape. So you can only act through your material senses because your spiritual, the spiritual body, the jiva, you have senses. But unfortunately, because you have been covered over by the skin of a dog or the skin of a giraffe, you're going to be acting through the senses pertaining to a giraffe or a dog or whatever. Kartri means demigods, Adideva. And we know from the Virat, the 33 million demigods, they are positioned within the Virats. When you breathe in, breathe out, this is Ashwini Kumar. You know, whichever function you blink your eyelid, this is the demigod doing it. You breathe in, breathe out, this is Ashwin Kumar. You pass through, this is Mitra demigod acting. So everything is under the dominion of demigods, and they also in turn under the dominion of Krishna. They facilitate you to operate your senses. Now, Jiva Goswami explained, is everyone bound up? No. No. Some jivs are Nityada Mukta, Nitya Parikar. Is Arjun bound up? Is Kunti bound up? Is Uddhav bound up? They have never been in contact with matter. Never, never, never. They are directly under the dominion of Lord Balaram. They are called Nitya Siddha Parikar. But some jivas, that is us, Mayinam, we have contacted Maya. We are Nitya Bhada. We are not Nitya Siddha. Are we doomed? No. But Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, you're coming from Apurna Shakti, which is Tatashta Shakti, marginal energy, incomplete energy. But if you practice sadhana bhakti, you can become sadhana siddha. You follow a ragatmika bhakta, then you're going to go back to Bhomalila. And then by the contact of the Nitya Siddha Parikar, the ragatmika bhakta, you're going to become the last touched up on your practice, and you will be fit to go back to Golok. So, from Anadi karma, there's no beginning. We have been controlled by Maya since time immemorial. And the Nitya Mukta has no bondage. We should never consider, yes, I'm a Nitya Siddha. No. You can become definitely purified by dint of sadhana siddha, yes. Anyway, I don't want to overload it. Are you still with me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
There's a lot to process.
Yeah, this is intense, huh? But that's what it takes. Bhagavatam is, you cannot, this is the highest. You cannot find higher. Nigama kalpatalo garitam phalam shuka mukha darvita samitam. You cannot find higher. Once you have found Bhagavatam, the story is over. This is where you're going to be at for the rest of your eternity, for eternity. And now we have to practice Bhagavatam, just like Chaitanya Charitamrita. What do? They practice Bhagavatam on a daily basis. Kirtan Ras, moving to the Dham, going to Vrindavan, going to Puri, moving about the Dham, associating with devotees, revealing the mind, engaging in Krishna Katha, taking prasad, having fun. What is it? This is Navanga Bhakti at work, in display. That's it. Then if we're on that level, we are fit to go back to the spiritual world. So let's move on. Sa esha bhagaval linges tribir eter adokshajaha swala shikta gatir brahman savesham mama cheshvaraha. This is interesting also. Go ahead, 20.
O Brahmana Narad, the superseer, the transcendent Lord, is beyond the perception of material senses of the living entities because of the above mentioned three modes of nature. But he's the controller of everyone, including me.
Yes, go ahead. You can say a few words. Very interesting.
So we see how Brahma is instructing Narada about the position of Krishna.
Yeah.
And you see Prabhupada explains about the Krishna who, I mean, this purport, this verse and also the purport is quite a good point to defeat the impersonalists.
Yes.
And yeah, it's to clarify the position, the understanding of the impersonalists. So it all depends on the Lord. If the Lord wants to reveal himself to you, he's free to do anything and everything. But then it's not proper on our end to conclude about the Lord just with our, as we mentioned, we have the 4 defects. With our 4 defects of how to say, get illusioned, imperfect senses, cheating tendency. So similarly, it's only the Lord who will decide according to his will when to remove the curtain for us to see him as the person, or just to let these Mayavadis understand that, okay, I'm just formless. Am I in the right direction?
Yeah, it's not bad. Not really. You're doing good. Then we will complete one another.
Yeah, so practically all this happens under the effect of the material mode of nature. And a devotee, when he's surrendered to Krishna, he's able to transcend these modes of material nature and ultimately understand the real position of Krishna as Krishna is.
Yeah. So this is very good. Huh? Brahma, Narad, Samvad. So Brahma is instructing his son, who is his junior most son. So first, it's a reminder, we know, just like 1323. What is it? 1323, Purusha Para, Upadrashta Numantacha Bhata Bhukta Maheshvaraha, Paramatmitisha Pyukto, Dehismin Purusha Para. Krishna is beyond Upadrashta, he supervises, he oversees, he witnesses, but he's Purusha Para. We are not Purusha Para, we just know our little field. So, very interesting here, the term I would say in 20 is Svalakshite Gatir. What's the meaning? Su Alakshita Gati. Can you see the Sanskrit in 20? Svalakshita Gatir.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I gave a question here. Svalakshita Gati has two understandings. Did you get it? Mother Kunti talked about that. Svalakshita Gati means you cannot see him. You cannot see his movements. Gati means destination. And remember Mother Kunti? Kunti Uvach Namashye Purusham Twadyam Ishvaram Prakriti Param Alakshya. Same point. Alakshya means invisible. You cannot see him, you cannot see his movements. So the question is, and this is my question to you, see? There is two understandings. The non-devotees cannot perceive him. They will say, no, there's no God. I'm sorry, I cannot see him. Where is he? He's invisible. Krishna, sorry, Mother Kunti explained a bit later, Maya Javanikachanam is like an actor on the stage. There's a curtain. Javanika means a curtain, the curtain of Maya. Krishna says in the Gita 7:25, you get, what is it? Yugajitam Nimeshana. No, not this one. It says, I reserve myself the right to remain hidden. What is it? 7:25. Forgetting the Sanskrit. So he's like an actor on the stage. He's hidden by the curtain. Javanika means curtain. Adokshaja is beyond the range. You cannot perceive Krishna with your material senses. There's no question. He's Purusha Para. You cannot access. Unless, just like Shri Upanishad 15. Remember? Iran Mayena Patrena, Satyasya Paito Mukham. Please, my dear Lord, reveal yourself. I'm blinded by your effulgence, by your Brahmajyoti. Please, I want to see Mukh, your face. So Krishna deemed himself. Yoga Jitam, what is that verse 7:25? Naha prakasha savasya yoga maya samaritaha. Yes. Krishna says, I reserve myself the right to remain hidden. So it's only Krishna who deems himself to make himself visible. If you have the right attitude, now you cannot understand Krishna by dint of brain power, even by arduous listening. No. Tanu Swam, he can reveal his own form by his glory, by his grace. So this is the point here of 20. He's unseen, he's invisible, but at the same time, if you have the right attitude, you can access. By his grace, you cannot force Krishna. So Jiva Goswami explained here why we cannot see Krishna. Because of the modes. Same old story. Because Lord Shiva is telling his wife, Sadvam Vishudam Vasudev Shabditam Yadiyate Tatrapuman Apavritaha. Apavritaha means uncovered. He's telling his wife, I always see Krishna. Always, 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 always. Apavritaha. Krishna is uncovered for Lord Shiva. So why he can see and we cannot see? Because Lord Shiva has Vasudev consciousness. Sadvam Vishudam Vasudev Shabditam. So it is inferred by the modes. He remains invisible because of the modes. And Jiva Goswami quote Bhagavatam, you know, his body, the body of Krishna is not made of the modes. It's pure knowledge. See? And then he quotes another verse from the second canto, the Shanta Bhakta sees the Supreme in all beings by the mercy of Paramatma. Even the four Kumars, they are Shanta Bhakta, Prem Shanta Bhakta. They could see the Lord, they went to Vaikuntha. They were in their Svarup as a Shanta Bhakta. Then what happened? By the mercy of Paramatma, they will see.
But we also know that previously they were impersonalists, right?
They could not see. But when they came to enter, that Lila is there in the third canto, they were prevented from entering. They cursed the doorkeepers. Then Lord Narayan came on the spot, hovering above the ground. He took the side of the four Kumars. I'm responsible here. I'm the boss here. It's my fault. If you want, I can lop off my arm to redeem for their offenses. And then it occurred to the four Kumars, actually, we are as guilty, if not more, than the doorkeepers. They prevented us, we fall into anger. We are extremely low, actually, they understood. And actually, they understood the doorkeepers are much more lofty than us. They are already in Vaikuntha, on the threshold. We are not just visiting, we are nowhere near. And then they understood further, actually, the Lord wants to experience his fighting propensity. And it's going to become the Jaya Vijay, who are going to become later Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha. So then they were ashamed of themselves, so much ashamed. And they left the place out of shame. But because before that, how did Lord Narayan grace them? Remember? He did something that made them, they were Brahmagyani, totally realized as Brahmagyani, but he blessed them, they became pure Shanta Bhakta. What did he do? When they were there, they smelled the aroma of the
trees, leaves.
And then, just like we discussed 1:710, Shri Sutta Uvacha, remember that verse, the Atmara verse? Atmarama Chamunayo Nigranti Apyurukrame Itam Bhuta Guno Harihi. They understood how can we be disturbed by this aroma? We are already Brahman realized. So it must be something totally spiritual. Itam Bhuta Guno Harihi. And then they understood, yes, actually, we were a fool, number one. We understand this Lord is Satyam Param Dimahi. And then they left out of shame. They left. But by the grace of Krishna, they became Shanta Bhakta. Pure Shanta Bhakta. Premi Shanta Bhakta. See? So they got to see the Lord face to face. So this is the point of 20. So this is a very good verse, 20, to dismantle this misconception of Nirakar, Nirvishesh. Lord is formless, Lord has no attributes. It's only due to Yoga Maya. Because Krishna reserved himself the right not to be seen, just like Mother Kunti, she says, Alakshya. They are invisible, you are invisible. Everyone will conclude the same. No, God doesn't exist. Yes, because he doesn't want to disclose himself to you, my dear friend. This is your problem. That's not his problem. So this is the point. Kalam karma svabhavam cha mayeshu mayaya svaya atman yadrichaya praptam vibhubhushu upadade. Go ahead.
Morshikar, you wanna read?
Yeah, there's noise. The Lord, who is the controller of all energies, thus creates by his own potency eternal time, the fate of all living entities, and their particular nature for which they were created, and he again merges them independently.
So this verse sounds like guitar. Remember, you have seen it's two parallel tracks. Gita and Bhagavatam are the two tracks, how do you say, the two rail of the same track. We discussed in the Gita discourse. What is it? 8:19. Yes. Bhuttagramam sa evayam budva paliyate ratriagame vashapart prabhavantyahar agame. See? Again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all the jivas come into being. And with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly. We have no say, annihilated. This is the same function. He creates, but again, that day he accepts. Krishna is Goloka Nivasati Akilatma Bhuta. Krishna is in Golok. He's reveling in pastimes of love. Krishna doesn't work. So when he says, Brahma is telling here in 21, he creates, means through the Purusha avatars. Krishna delegates. Krishna doesn't do anything. It's just Lila Purushottam. Krishna doesn't do anything. It's not hands-on management. It's hands-off management. So, see, it's mentioned here. By his own potency, Kala is created. The fate means the svabhav. And their particular nature means the svabhav. See? And the fate means devam. So let's hear the acharyas. These are very, very important verses. 21. See, time, karma, svabhav were merged in the Lord. Which Lord? Krishna? What do you think? Which Lord are we talking about here?
Narayan.
Yeah, or even more precisely, Mahavishnu. We're talking about Mahavishnu here. Karanada Kashai. So time, where is time? Time is, when we say Kala Sarp, Kala Shakti, Kalosmi, Lokakshakrit Pravido, this is within Mahavishnu. So that is why Bhaktivinoda Thakur says we're coming from that glance. We're not coming from Shit Shakti. We are coming from Tatashta Shakti, Apurna Shakti. Apurna means incomplete Shakti, Tatashta. We are marginal. Then, now by the grace of Srila Prabhupada, Mahaprabhu, we got connected. So now we practice. And Nityasiddha Krishna Prem Sadhya Kabunoy Shravanadi Shudashite Kada Yehudoy. We know Nityasiddha Prem is already in the heart. Your heart, my heart, the heart of a rat. Nityasiddha is dormant. So all we have to do is engage day and night. Sadhana Siddha, Sadhana Bhakti, we're going to become Sadhana Siddha. And then at one point, we're going to associate with the Ragatmika Bhakta, the pure devotees, Uddhav, Yashoda, depending on your ras. On Wednesday, it's Ram Lila. Perhaps you become, I don't know, connected to Sita. You are a servant of Sita. Why not? According to your ras. And then by contact with those great associates, then you go back. You go back to Ayodhya, you go back to Vaikuntha, you go back to Dwarka, you go back to Vrindavan, you go back to Mathura, you go back to Kurukshetra, whatever. So to go back here to 21, time, karma, your svabhav, that is your nature, how to function in this world, it's all merged in the abdomen of Mahavishnu, Praptam. And the Lord accepts them by his independent will, Richaya, for creation. This is called Sarga. See, that is the grace of the Lord when he deems, when he condescends to look at Pradhan, to glance upon Pradhan. That is his grace. Otherwise, we're going to be in the abdomen forever. So, out of kindness, from time to time, he tends to glance upon Pradhan by his independent will for creation. He doesn't accept directly, but through Maya. He doesn't contact Maya. He glances. Sa ekshata is mentioned. Remember we discussed Chashtate. He glances, but who is the glance? What is the glance? It is Shambhu. Shambhu means Shiv. And Shiv contacts Maya. Maya is his wife, Parvati. So he associates with it. But Mahavishnu doesn't accept directly, only through Shiv. So this is the point. So now let's see Vishwanath on this one, 21. Again, same point. It has been stated that the Lord produces the universe by means of his energy. This we know. So, Yata Shrishtam Idam. By the way, 21 is the answer of the question of Narad. Go back to 252. Remember the 6 questions of Narad? Let's go back, I'll show you. Remember? Right here. Oh, sorry. Here. I cannot access. Why is it? See, 252, remember? This is the one. Yata Shrishtam. Yata Shrishtam. He asked this question, Narad, in 252. How is it created? So now he's answering that question, Brahma. So starting from 21. This is the answer. See, we have always to follow exactly where we're at, otherwise you get lost. So you have to be very systematic, very systematic. And Gurunga Darshan is such a great soul. See, he has done so many drawings. Look. Kala, Karma, Svabhav. This is 21. I told you, this is not Krishna. Krishna is in Golok, he's playing. This is Mahavishnu. His glance impregnates the Jeev into material nature, which is Pradhan. Okay? And then what happened after that? In Pradhan, which is the undifferentiated form of Prakriti, it's not even, the modes are not even there. There is nothing. This is the first aspect of Prakriti. Narayani Mataji, one of my Shastra Guru, used to say, it's like a woman. She hasn't been contacted by the man. She's not transformed by the touch with the male. She's not even pregnant. There is no contact as yet. So the Pradhan, the Shambhu Tattva is the male, masculine energy, Shambhu. Shambhu, of course, is a transformation of Mahavishnu. We know that. So now there is contact with the male energy. Mahavishnu is male, Shambhu is male. And then he's going to cast the glance. And the glands, what is inside the glands? The chit kana, the particle of chit shakti, the particle of, I would say, jiv shakti, sorry. The jiv, the particle of the jiv is injected in the glands. What else is injected? The svabhav, the particular nature of each and every jiv in the creation is also accompanying the chit kana. And the kalasab, the kala shakti, which is a temporal time. Okay? So now Mahavishnu is glancing. And that glance itself contains the kala. So Krishna says in the Gita 7.5, what is it? Let's see if you have good memory. Aparaya mitasvadyam prakriti vedivapuram jiva bhuta mahabaho yayedam dayate jagat. Because we have still this propensity to enjoy, to exploit the resources of material nature. Along with kala, there is transformation of pradhan into Mahatattva. Mahatattva is a transformation of pradhan. Why? Because it has been activated by the kala, the time factor, along with the propensity of the jiv to enjoy separately from Krishna. Those two things, kala and svabhav, are going to change pradhan into Mahatattva. Here there's no modes, it's nirgun, there is no differentiation, there's nothing, just prakriti. She's not pregnant. Now she's pregnant. She has been contacted. The Lord Mahavishnu has impregnated the jivs within the womb of material nature. Just like a man, a male will impregnate a female. The same pattern. Okay? Now within Mahatattva, you find the 24 elements. This is a transformation from pradhan to Mahatattva. See, it's mentioned very nicely. Kala, karma, your destiny, your nature. You're going to agitate, just like a woman is agitated. The sperms are going to transform the woman. They're going to create a baby within the oven. And then that's going to produce the baby. So the baby, what is the baby in the analogy? The baby is the universe. The universe's plural form. She has been delivering, material nature will deliver the babies. The babies is the material creation, the material universes, which are unnumerable. This is Bhagavatam. How can you go higher than this? This should be taught in the school from the age of 5. There will be no Maya in this world. So in the beginning, the predominant mode is Sattvagun. See? When Ahankar contacts Mahatattva, very interesting. It's very interesting. This is called Shrishti Tattva. See, look at this. Ahankar, the first component to come out from this transformation is Ahankar. For Ahankar means a false identification with matter. Nothing except Krishna Das. Then the first aspect is goodness, which is the mind. The mind is meant to be in the mode of goodness. See? Then Jnana Shakti, Adi Deva. See, the breakdown is so interesting. The Karta, which is one of the Dua. Adi Deva, the mind, the 10 senses. And then passion. Karana, that's going to create the cause. The senses, Karana means instruments. Adhyatma. Now the jiv is endowed with senses, 5 working senses, and 5 knowledge acquiring senses. Buddhi, intelligence, not buddhi, material intelligence. This is a mode of passion. Don't get wrong. Mind is the product of goodness. Intelligence is the product of passion. And then, coming from Mahatattva again, the first byproduct is ahankar. You want to enjoy separately from Krishna. So unfortunately, you will be also influenced by ignorance. That's going to give rise to Karya, Dravya Shakti, Pancha Mahabhut, earth, water, fire, air, the 5 elements. Adibhut, the governing principle of material energy. Then the Tanmatras. The Tanmatra means the sense object. Because of air, the Pancha Mahabhut, air. Okay, let's start with ether. What is the byproduct of ether in terms of Pancha Mahabhut? Ether allows you to hear. Because of ether, now we are scattered all over the world. You are all over the Europe, the world. Why can we hear each other? Because of ether. If there was no ether on this planet, you could not hear me. The sound vibration is navigated by the medium of ether, Akash. So you can see from the 5 elements, it will activate the Pancha Mahabhut, and you will be attracted by the corresponding sense object. Tanmatra means sense object. You have, because of ether only, you can hear. And according to your conditioning, you're going to hear rock and roll music, you're going to hear Krishna conscious bhajan, according to the predominance of the mode on you. You follow? Then air. Ether will transform into air. So then air, what is the propensity of the air? The touch. Because of the air, you can touch things. See? It's very scientific. The air, because of the hairs on your skin, because of your skin, you can tell this is hard, this is supple, this is flexible, this is repulsive, this is very soft touching. This is thanks to the air. And then from the air will proceed. See, so it's all there actually. What am I bothering myself? Everything is there. See, sound, ether, touch, air. Then the form. The form, because of fire. If there was no fire, you could not see, which is the byproduct of the sun. And according to, remember we discussed the 10 senses, they're coming from the mode of passion. You're going to have 5 working action: hands, feet, voice, anus, genitals, and 5 knowledge acquiring senses. So let's discuss about fire. Fire will manifest the eyes, and with the eyes you will be attracted by the Tanmatra, the sense object of the form, which is right here. You follow? All the 5 elements, the Pancha Mahabhut, correspond 10 senses, and from those 10 senses correspond the 5 sense objects. And the mind is making the junction between your senses and the sense object. You have eyes. You see a beautiful lady, beautiful form of a girl. This is a Tanmatra, the form of a woman. And the eye, the mind will say, not say the mind is foolish. It's like a marital agency. Your eye will be prompted to look at the form of a woman. See? You have ear, you hear some beautiful music, you are attracted. Your ear, the sense of the ear is attracted by the Tanmatra of the sound. The tanmatras are here. Sound, touch, form, taste, smell. This is, can you find something more accurate than this? I'm asking you. If you know something better, I'm very much interested. You have to tell me. This is Bhagavatam. Is there any flow? Did Shukadev, did Brahma forget something? Yana Shakti. This is the mode of goodness, knowledge. Kriya Shakti. Sadvam Sanjayati Gyanam. Real goodness comes from Gyan. Real Gyan, not just PhD. I've got a PhD in engineering. This is not Gyan, this is Agyan. This is Avidya. But at least Atma Gyan, Sadvam Sanjayati Gyanam. From Gyan will come the mode of goodness. Then Rajagun, it will entice you, entail you to act. You want to do something. See? So, I mean, this is totally scientific. Totally scientific. See, at each level of transformation, the Lord's energy in the form of time produces the subsequent state of transformation. This is coming from Third Canto, but Prabhu has put it here to edify us. So this is 21. Yatashishtam. Yatashishtam means, how is it created? I can see you're very quiet now, a bit lost perhaps. Anyway, you have to study those things. We'll stop here. It's 7 here, 7 p.m. So do you have any questions?
Not for now, Prabhu.
Yeah, this is, you understand Bhagavatam? I mean, can you imagine if you're 4 or 5, you are being taught these things, you become a superhuman being. You become a demigod on this planet. You become the president of the whole world. That was the purpose of Prabhupada. At 4 or 5, you teach the boys this. Can you imagine what kind of man is going to be at 20, 25? He can rule the planet Earth. That was the expectation of Prabhupada. Everyone will bow down to you. They understand. This person has full knowledge. He knows how to apply. He can direct all the presidents, all the kings of the universe. That's the level of Maharaj Parikshit. This is what he got from Shukadev. See, this is supra-mundane knowledge, nothing to do with this world. This is the full scope of Bhagavatam. See? Karana Shrishti, meaning pertaining to the creation. Okay, we'll stop here. I don't want to overload you. Okay, so
Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. So for on Sundays we'll start the class at 9.
yeah, so that is 6 p.m. on my side, definitely. I wrote it down. And Wednesday, it's 5, still the same, 5 p.m.?
I will discuss with Purnachandra and Morshekar,
Yeah,
and then I will
get back to me
get back to
because
you. Yeah.
I need to know.
So you told 5 a.m. is okay for you. So here it will be. Here it will
No.
be
5. Now it's 7 p.m. here. So I started at 5 p.m. today. But if you want me to start at 6 p.m.
Morshekar is here. Morshekar is here.
Yes.
So practically Morshekar goes to work. So instead of having the class in the morning, we want to see if we can have the class in the evening. So you told if it's evening at our place, it will be morning at your place. So you said 5 Here it will be 8 p.m. Wednesday evening. If you give the class on
So let's try to
Thursday
understand here.
morning,
If it is 8 p.m. there, it will be 5 a.m. on Thursday morning for me.
yeah.
But I'm a little confused. You're telling me 6 p.m. on Sunday, and now you're telling me
No, see,
Okay.
Prabhu, 6 p.m. on Sunday
okay.
works for all of us.
Okay.
It's Sunday morning. Everybody, evening, we have Sunday feast and all these activities.
Okay.
So Wednesday, instead of doing it in the morning, we are thinking if we can do it in the evening, like that Morshikar get to attend the class because he works in weekdays.
No, I fully agree. We have to facilitate him. What about Purnachandra? She's okay with that, or?
No, I will ask her.
Yeah, so
But-
it's not finalized, huh?
No, only if you tell me it's okay with you, then I can ask.
Yeah, I mean, so you're talking about Thursday morning at 5 a.m. from 5 to 7. Okay. So, as long as I know, yeah, I can teach. It's a mode of goodness, teaching in the morning.
So what will we do? I will confirm that. But for
Then-
Sunday, it's confirmed.
Yeah.
9 a.m. Mauritian.
Okay.
Sorry. Vancouver time. Mauritian time.
You guys live at the very far corner of the world.
Yeah, it's easy to get out of here than go back home, back to Goddard from the corner of the world.
Yeah, in one sense, everything is relative. You could say you could say you guys, France is a corner of the world. So, I mean, everything is relative.
Mm.
Okay, so we all set. Any questions, or you want to digest a little bit, perhaps?
Yeah, I need to digest. It takes me a while to.
Yeah, of course. You have to really listen to the class and study.
Yeah.
And you compare, you look at Gauranga Darshan, you look at Vishwanath, Jiva Goswami, and that's what I do personally. I proceed very slowly, but very deeply,
Yeah.
Because you're
Okay.
dealing with the absolute truth. There's no flow, absolutely no flow.
See, for me, I don't just want to learn it like a scholar. I want to imbibe all this knowledge,
Yeah.
understand it deeply,
Very good.
not just rush through it.
That's why I'm very slow. I with this group, I'm very slow. I can speed up if you want, but have you seen the loftiness of the topic? It's not a joke. It's not a joke.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Take care.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Mm.